You've seen these videos, these documentaries where these antelope are all just running along, and all of a sudden one of them will just kind of stop, and a lion, or something, some predator is after them, and literally one of them just gives themselves up for the lion and just works in cooperation with all of nature. And this is what animals are here for. I mean, many, many things, and they're wonderful and they're loving and everything else, but they are to feed us so we can create. Hey, everybody, it's Mary.
And Dr. Jack.
Yes, and welcome to the Forbidden Doctor Podcast 150. I was going to sneak and do this podcast myself before Jack got home from work, but I couldn't figure out how to run the equipment.
Well, I do have a purpose. This is podcast 150.
Yes, we're at 150. This is so cool.
Yeah, Gap's down and dirty.
No, it's Gap's quick and easy.
No, down and dirty.
We were going to do quick and dirty. That's what we were going to do. Because we decided today that we just wanted to get out a really fast, easy way to do gaps.
Yes.
People have been too overwhelmed.
They have a way of complicating almost everything we talk about.
Yeah, we couldn't even come up with a quick title, so we finally
down and dirty.
Yeah, quick and easy.
Oh wow, all right, quick and easy.
This is Gaps Quick and Easy because we've had so many sick people and they just get overwhelmed with gaps, and we tell them, "Oh, go listen to this podcast number."
Well, they read the book, they listen to the podcast number, they look at pictures, they look at videos, and they go, "Holy smoke!"
Yeah, it's a little overwhelming. So we had a couple people, well, more than a couple, but a couple we're going to talk about today really quickly. We want this to be a quick, fast podcast.
Yes. Before we begin this informative and forbidden podcast, we want to take a few minutes to talk about why we do not have sponsors.
Yeah, we've been approached many times to sell different products on our show.
But we've always been compelled to resist these financially tempting offers because the work we're doing here is just too important to be beholden to some brand names who could object or even try to gain editorial control over some of the forbidden things that we say.
Yeah, so we would never allow this kind of advertising on our show.
And others have mentioned that while the knowledge we share cannot be found anywhere else, it is often tied to products such as the whole food supplements from the oldest nutritional company in America, Standard Process, which we often reference during our shows.
And this also would include our own ageless thyroid and long life energy enzymes.
Yeah, and so you might ask, could not our own products be creating conflicts of interest? I mean, have we mistakenly created an infomercial instead of free knowledge podcasts?
No. We do this on purpose.
Yes, we do. Years of experience in our clinics. And almost 500,000 downloads of our podcasts have taught us a few things. And the most important is that the type of nutrient-dense foods most of us need to get our bodies actually healing from years of malnutrition are not easily integrated in most of our lives.
Yeah, the quest for excellence in nutrition has never been an easy endeavor.
Yeah, no one wants to eat raw liver, but absolutely no one is going to sign up to eat raw liver daily for 6 months if that's what it's going to take.
Well, some people will. A patient of ours found she was told she had only a few months to live, and refusing that notion, she went home and threw some liver in a blender with a few spices and drank that every day for months.
Yes.
She lived very well for another 20 years.
Yeah, I met her more than 20 years ago when we were both doing a radio show at the same station.
But many people will not do that.
Well, no.
Yeah.
No, so let us be clear. We reference one-of-a-kind whole food supplements from the nutrition company Standard Process because this is a way to realistically nourish ourselves with the whole food and organ meats we would never eat on a daily basis.
And the reason we do our podcast this way is because it has saved our lives and countless others that we've worked with over the years.
So we sell supplements, and we try to give free knowledge away about how nutrition touches every aspect of our lives, and so necessarily these two overlap.
But we want to be very clear here. Some of you may feel real hardship with even a modest monthly donation and cannot afford even a single month's supply of supplements.
So please then, do not buy our supplements.
Or even try to financially support our show in any way if you cannot afford to. this free information will still be yours forever.
Yeah, of course.
And we want you to take it and use it with our blessing.
But if you like what we do at Forbidden Doctor, there are several ways you can still support us.
Yeah, you can leave a positive comments or reviews on our website underneath the podcasts, or on iTunes or YouTube, or like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter or on Instagram. That type of support for us is free. It costs you nothing, and we would greatly appreciate it, and it would greatly help our mission.
Yeah. So if you're ready to take your first steps for your own health, take our free symptom survey and let our nutrition specialists develop a personalized protocol for you. And then try some of these one-of-a-kind whole food supplements for yourself.
Yeah, there's a link for this free survey on the very top red bar on every page of our website, forbiddendoctor.com.
Now, if you already support our show, thank you.
Yes.
And please know that you are the very reason we fight this good fight. Your support makes this all possible. Mm-hmm. So now, on with the things they don't want you to know.
Yes. And one of them was a guy, and he's been pretty much a vegetarian and a fruitarian his entire life. Just love fruit for the sugar. And I also think that a lot of people eat fruit because it's the easier way. It tastes better to hydrate. Fruit has a lot of water in it, and I think it's an easy way to get a lot of water in you in a pleasant way instead of, and plus there's all that sugar in it, so it's kind of good. I mean, people enjoy that, but it's come to a head. He's had chronic chest cough and chest problems.
A river of phlegm that never stops.
Yeah, it's been 3 or 4 years now.
Oh yeah.
And, we've done a whole lot of things for him, going at it backwards, as it were, throwing products, throwing supplements, trying to get this done because he absolutely refuses to eat animal foods. But it has finally gotten so bad that he said, I will eat broth. I will eat soup. He says, I can't eat cows. They're my friends. And I said to him, in fact, today, I said, listen, animals are here so we can eat very dense food so we can create.
So we don't eat all day long or graze all day long. Because to get what you can get in the animal products you're talking about in just 4 or 5 ounces, that same dense nutrition you would have to eat and graze all day long of the vegetable kingdom to even begin to approximate it, and you still will miss it.
Yeah. And I said, these animals are here on this earth for us so we can go create. We have to have time to create. Like you said, we have to eat very dense nutrition. And these animals, they know instinctually. I'm amazed that animals know so much instinctually, like birds fly together. And how does our cat know to find a bathroom and go to the bathroom? I mean, it just blows me away, the instincts they have. Well, they also have an instinct to work in cooperation with Mother Nature. You've seen these videos, these documentaries where these antelope are all just running along, and all of a sudden one of them will just kind of stop, and a lion, or something, some predator is after them, and literally one of them just gives themselves up for the lion and just works in cooperation with all of nature. And this is what animals are here for. I mean, many, many things, and they're wonderful, and they're loving, and everything else, but they are to feed us so we can create. I tried to explain this, and he still had a really hard time with it, but he says, okay. He said, I will eat broth for 2 weeks. He says, that's all I'm going to give you, 2 weeks. I mean, he's just got to heal and seal his gut, and the only way to do it is with broth.
Yeah.
Now, this is going to be quick and easy because this is what I told him. I said, you go out and you buy the broth.
Yeah, don't take all the time to make it. Go out and buy it. There are good sources.
Yeah, and I'm going to give you a couple websites to go to. One is called Brodo, BRODO.com, and another one is Fire and Kettle. That's another broth that we buy. Now, both of these both of them take the fat out. It just kills me. It's right on their website. It says, we proudly, we proudly exclaim that our broth is low in fat. I mean, it's just, when are we going to wake up in this world? So what I do to get around that is I buy the broth, I throw in a cube or a stick of butter.
Yes, you do. Sometimes a whole brick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the grass-fed butter.
The bigger the soup, the bigger the butter.
Yeah, and then we just dump tons of spices because, again, they come bland. I don't know why people think in order to eat healthy, you have to eat bland. But you need the spices. You need the pepper. This gets the gastric juices going. So you need salt and pepper and rosemary, whatever you crave. That's what's most important. Rosemary's really good. And I also told this man that does not like animal foods, to get chicken broth instead of beef broth, because chicken has more red blood cells in it, and they just taste better than a beef broth. So buy it. Just go out and buy it. And then here's another
Get an organic source.
If you can, do the best you can.
Yeah, there's organic broths. We highly recommend that.
And then, but remember, chickens and cows and pigs, they have livers and kidneys. So even if it wasn't fed completely organically, it still has done a self-clean. So it is just important to get this good nutrition in you. And bone broth is a little hard to make at home because you have to cook the bones until they crumble, and it's a big mess, and it takes a lot of time. It's not terribly hard, but it's hard enough. Just go buy it. And then go be even easier and go get a cooked chicken. I mean, they have them at most grocery stores. Go get a cooked chicken and rip off the meat and throw the meat in the soup and throw everything else away. I mean, just make it as easy as you can and eat this. You can even put vegetables in the broth, but you have to strain out the vegetables. You cannot eat any vegetables, any fruit, any bread, any sugar for 2 weeks. Now, come on, guys. It's 2 weeks out of your life to heal and seal your gut. This is really easy. It's really, and here's the other cool thing. This is why it's a quick and dirty GAPS, or quick and easy. Sorry, I keep saying that. Quick and easy, because you don't even have to do the steps. You don't have to do step 1, step 2. I mean, of course that's ideal, but just eat what you crave of meat, eggs, fish, dairy, and spices.
That sounds pretty easy.
That's it for 2 weeks. Now,
and you can eat as much as you want.
You can eat as much as you want. Preferably, get broth in there and start with broth, and preferably 3 days of just broth. But after 3 days, you're going to be wanting to chew on something. You're going to get hungry. You might run out of money because some of these broths are expensive. You might rethink not making this yourself, but make it quick and easy. And let me just explain. We had another lady write us. Somebody back east, she's a VIP member, and it was just a very sad email that she wrote. And she said, I have rheumatoid arthritis in my knees, and it's been very painful. I went to an orthopedic doctor, and he x-rayed my knees and said they were worn out, and it was just bone on bone, and said I could take steroid shots or have knee replacements. I took the shots, and they lasted 2 days. What would you recommend for me to rebuild my knees? I just love the fact that she thought she could rebuild.
Yeah.
Because everybody else says...
Well, they've been listening to our podcast.
Oh, she's
been listening to the podcast.
Yeah. I thought that was beautiful. I was sitting next to a lady in the nail salon yesterday, and she said, she says, I'm getting my nails done because I'm having my knee replaced tomorrow. And, again, I had to grab the duct tape.
Put it over your mouth.
Put it over my mouth. Say, shut up, Mary. Shut up. Don't say anything.
Yeah.
But I finally did. You know me. I didn't say too much, but I said just a little bit. I was like, okay, I was like, that's the number one surgery canceled in our office is knee surgery. And she said, it's bone on bone. There's nothing you can do. I said, well, nothing they know to do. And then she went off on me, telling me, she wasn't upset or anything, but she was telling me about this fantastic new surgery they're doing where they're cutting her nerves in her knee.
What?
They're cutting her nerves. She drew this line on her knee. They're going sideways and cutting the nerves or something. And then they're putting this fake knee in. And then she says, and then the nerves will regenerate in about 3 months. And I tried really, really, really hard not to roll my eyes, but the nerves will regenerate and I'll be able to feel again. Now I was thinking, well, not those nerves, not the ones that you cut, but maybe some others. I don't know. She just thought this was the snazziest, neatest new surgery in the world. Everybody says their doctor is the best doctor, and I understand, because nobody would go to a doctor. They would go, oh, he's just kind of mediocre.
Yeah. I was going to go to the best, but I decided not to.
I mean, I don't blame him. I would want to think my doctor was the best, but I just think it's always funny where my doctor's the best. Well, I'm like, you know what?
If I don't go to this bad one, he won't have any business. So I want to spread it around.
I'm sure he's good at what he does. He just doesn't know. He just doesn't know
the big thing.
That you can rebuild this. And here's what I told this Diane. It's not her real name, but that's what I told her, that even if they replace your knee, it's not going to fix the reason for needing the knee replaced, especially with her rheumatoid arthritis, which is an autoimmune disease. So we gave her a good protocol. We also put her on Ostrophin PMG. That's the protomorphogen for the knee.
Right.
Because she's got autoantibodies attacking her bone. So that will divert the autoantibodies. We said 3 in the morning, 3 at night before bed on an empty stomach. And that will stop the attack and give you a chance to get in there and help and rebuild your bones. And what we did is put her on a quick and dirty GAPS.
Yes.
I said, this is easy. Now,
buy the broth.
Buy a
chicken.
Buy a cooked chicken.
Throw the chicken in the broth. Throw in some rosemary, some salt and pepper, and you will have a delicious chicken soup.
Cilantro.
That not only will fill your belly, it will heal the gut.
It will heal your gut, and it will feed your bones. And now for RA, which is very, very serious, and having a knee replacement is certainly not going to fix her rheumatoid arthritis. So we did ask her to go on GAPS for at least 2 months, but she's real far gone. And she was willing. She was like, okay, I'm going to do this. It can't hurt. And she's going to have to do it anyway because the surgery is not fixing the problem. So best to do it maybe before the surgery, and maybe she won't need surgery.
Yeah.
I don't know. We also put her on Mary's milkshake. That's me. Put her on the milkshake at least 3 times a week, which has the raw eggs in it and a lot of other good powders and good protein. And let's see, what else did we tell her? And then we told her to go to our website. Just go to our website. We've got 3 different GAPS protocols there.
Because she's a VIP member.
Yeah, VIP. And then she can text us because she's a VIP.
She can text us directly, either you or myself or both of us.
She has any questions during the whole thing. But you can also call our office if you're not a VIP member. Our nutritionist can help you there. But she has access to you and I texting because she's a VIP. And we'll just keep it simple, simple, simple. For her, we said to take 9 Rumaplex a day and 3 Beta-Col a day just to try and get her out of pain enough to feel a little bit better. The Rumaplex is going to really feed her, but the Beta-Col is just more of a liver decongestant. Will help her with the pain.
And it also, Beta-Col also is able to neutralize the guanidine that's building up in the inflamed tissue from the RA.
It makes
guanidine is the most alkaline substance in the body, and it's the result of tissue damage and constant ongoing inflammation. And so the Rumaplex has material, or Beta-Col, has material to neutralize that alkaline material.
Yeah. So she is going to do the GAPS protocol on our website, but we also recommend Rumaplex and Beta-Col for her, just to make that clear. And then Ostrophin PMG, which is the protomorphogen to divert the antibodies, 3 in the morning, 3 at night.
Yep.
So that's basically it. You just go to our website. You look at, we've got 3 protocols, the introductory, most popular, and most powerful. Honestly, guys, the introductory is good enough. Now, if you have massive inflammation, I would throw in some chlorophyll. That's not in the basic one, the introductory one, which is what we did for this guy that had the chronic cough. But really, you can get by on the cheaper introductory protocol. Mm-hmm. Of course, if you can afford it, the most popular one would be really good. And of course, there's the most powerful one, which is very expensive. So you can do this really cheap. You don't have to have the supplements, but they will help speed things along. So that's our quick and dirty GAPS podcast.
That's it.
I mean,
that's it. That
eat
is
what you
really...
crave of meat, eggs, fish, dairy, and spices. How hard is that? And then no fruit, no vegetables, no sugar, no bread, no pasta.
No pasta, no flour products of any kind.
And there is no cheat. There are no cheat days.
You cannot cheat doing this.
You can't have, this is my cheat day. I can have whatever I want today. No, it will completely rip up your gut and you'll have to start again. And you'll feed the bad bacteria and everything else. So you want to do this. Oh, come on, guys. You can do 2 weeks of this. 2 weeks before the holidays start. Do 2 weeks of GAPS. And what I told this man is you never know. By the end of 2 weeks, you might start craving animal foods.
Even though he hasn't his entire
He
life.
says he hasn't, but I think he's covered it up with ice cream and cookies and fruit.
So why would somebody want to do GAPS? See, we're telling these people who have problems, GAPS is their answer.
It is,
but there are people listening right
foundational.
now who do not have RA, who are not coughing all the time.
Mm-hmm. It is the foundation. All diseases begin in the gut.
Exactly.
So this is just a GAPS reboot. I would recommend doing this twice a year. 2 weeks out. Oh, did you hear that thunder?
Yeah, that's pretty
that's so cool. Take 2 weeks out of your life and do a GAPS reboot. Just eat what you crave of meat, eggs, fish, and dairy. Have broth every single day, as much as you want.
As much as you want. When you get up in the morning, have a pot on the stove warming up and take cups of it or chunks of meat or whatever else during the day to stave off your hunger, but keep that broth moving through the gut.
And then
why? Because the broth has the building blocks in it, the proteins and the necessary amino acids to rebuild the wall of the gut. And your gut is rebuilding every 3 to 5 days anyway. Because of all the material moving through the intestines, there's this sloughing off. The food that you eat is sloughing off pieces of your inner cheek, the sloughing off pieces of your esophagus. So your entire alimentary canal from your mouth to the bottom is constantly rebuilding itself. Now, if you were to give it the proper nutrition it needs, and broth is the answer, what is it going to rebuild within a 3 to 5 period?
Yeah, and you think about it. You burn your tongue, the next day it's healed.
Yeah.
I mean, what if our zits healed that fast? Wouldn't that be cool? Well, why is your body built like that? Why does it heal the digestive tract so quickly?
Well,
because we wouldn't.
We'd
have to eat.
Right.
You know, if it took as long as our nerves take to heal, about 7 to 10 years, we'd be dead if our digestive system took that long to heal. So the protocol on our website is incredible. The Zymex wafers is a prebiotic, and it will help you with sugar cravings. You will probably have a couple days where the candida's dying off in these 2 weeks, where you'll want sugar really badly, but you're stronger than they are. Get them out. Drink lots of water to help flush those out, and the Zymex wafers will really help with that. Then lactic acid yeast wafers for the colon, a good probiotic, which we call prosymbiotic, or you could do, let's just do prosymbiotic.
Yeah, leave it simple.
And then Enzacor will help heal and seal that gut wall. Cod liver oil has the vitamin D and the vitamin A in it to help heal the skin and your immune system and everything. And then Protofood, just one, is the essential amino acids. You don't have to get that one if you're being really good eating the broth. And then I would recommend chlorophyll if you've got any bad inflammation, and a multivitamin with our general health pack. And that's it. And they're in order of importance. So I would do Zymex, lactic acid, prosymbiotic, Enzacor, blah, blah, blah. And then just drink broth all day, and you're done. That is your GAPS. That is your quick and easy. It's not very dirty. Quick and easy GAPS. Don't eat any vegetables or fruit, and let's get this gut healed.
Like that. All right.
Okay. And even if you've done it before, don't forget to do our free symptom survey we offer at forbiddendoctor.com. And at the bottom of the survey, write in GAPS, quick and easy, and we'll give you the protocol and we'll personalize it in case you have some other, a third arm growing out your body or something, something that you have restless legs or something. Then we can throw in maybe something else that might help another symptom. But we will help you with a quick and dirty protocol for GAPS, and And also, many of you may be finding us for the first time. So keep in mind the protocols on our website and what we're talking about are only available to logged in users. But you can just easily create an account instantly by taking this free symptom survey that we're talking about.
You also have the opportunity to have a free 30-minute phone consultation. Understand that this survey saves you money in the long run because you won't be taking stuff in the way of supplements you don't need. And all of this at no charge to you.
And if you decide to purchase the recommended supplements, you can get them at a 10% discount if you sign up for a text blast. These text blasts give you fantastic coupons, and I mean fantastic ones. Every single week, just text the word healthy to 41411, and we'll text you back a coupon where you can use it on our website, forbiddendoctor.com, when you check out. And you can always call our office at 801-523-1890, and they can help you sign up for the text blast. They can help you sign up for our VIP membership if you want long-term health, or just answer any questions about the supplementation and our Forbidden Doctor's mission.
And remember, it's your patronage of our offers that keeps this podcast on the air.
Yeah.
So don't forget to tell your family and friends to take our free symptom survey at forbiddendoctor.com to find out where they are. And remember, it's free for them as well.
Yeah. The statements made in this podcast about specific products have not been evaluated by the United States Food and Drug Administration and are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. All information provided or any information contained on or in any product label or packaging or this podcast is for informational purposes only and is not intended as a substitute for advice from your physician or other healthcare professionals. And
so thank you for listening to this Forbidden Information and our Forbidden Podcast.
And this quick and dirty podcast.
Join us next time for another in-depth discussion of forbidden knowledge. We will see you then.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Forbidden Doctor podcast. If you are curious about long life energy enzymes or ageless thyroid, you can purchase them without a membership from our website at forbiddendoctor.com. Or get our enzyme formula from Amazon.com by searching the full term, Long Life Energy Enzymes. Don't forget to take our obligation-free symptom survey to get a free personalized supplement protocol recommended for you by Dr. Jack, Mary, or one of our qualified nutritionists. Take the survey, get a call from our nutritionist to create a protocol and a patient login, then use that login to see your own personal protocol along with any favorites you've saved from our symptom library. Remember, our website and our clinic are here for you always.